All this week, I've been driven by one phrase, one single thought. Death to Chronos. It's all I could think about. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. Well, actually, I did both those things because you gotta work for a living and kind of need that energy from the food and the sleep. But every single second of my spare time went into dealing with that one intrusive thought. Death to Chronos. Maybe you should have used some of that spare time to make a better intro.
Wow.
For one, no. And two, shut up. I was so focused on playing Hades 2 early access this whole entire week, and it was all worth it in the end. Because when I set a goal, I will achieve said goal. Death to Chronos.
Time cannot be stopped.
Yeah, boy.
Welcome to the highly anticipated early access review of Hades 2. Just released on the Monday of May 6, 2024. Supergiant has done it again. Right from the get-go, this didn't feel like a glorified DLC from the first game, but leaves that familiar taste in your mouth. With the new main character Melanoe at the helm, I'm gonna just call her Mel for short. You follow her tale of revenge against the evil titan of time, Chronos. You're introduced to a variety of mechanics and characters right from the get-go. From providing gifts to the various NPCs that you favor, or maybe just spend some time gardening. You'll find that there's a plethora of things to do in this game, mostly involving grinding and dying, specifically in that order. Hades 2 does a good job of reintroducing you to very similar upgrade mechanics, yet keeps it different enough that it feels very unique and simple to understand. So sooner or later, you're going to get right into the action and you'll just start slaying. Again, it follow a very simple formula. Play, die, and get a little bit better, hopefully. With an array of gods to provide you with boons to increase your power, you'll come up with all different combinations and builds in order to keep your gameplay fresh and unique. And hopefully trying to avoid being eaten alive by Cyclopses.
Oh no!
Seriously, the best better way is just don't get close to them at all. It's not good for anybody. A beautiful soundtrack to follow all kinds of amazing boss fights. Supergiant has truly done it again. Even though it is early access, it still feels like a fantastic game. It's definitely enough content for you to be satisfied with. You'll have the ability to unlock a variety of weapons and tools that you'll use for your runs, along with a bunch of mementos that you'll gain from various gods and characters that you give gifts to. Very similar to the first game, but it does shake it up quite a bit with the tool system. You start with the staff only, but you unlock the new weapons very, very quickly. The daggers felt fun and very flashy when used right. A great mix of close quarters with mid-range dagger throwing. I opted for the dagger throwing build, but generally it didn't work out too well. So mix it up with throwing a bunch of skulls at your enemies. This very range-based weapon felt kind of like the gun from the first game, but it still requires you to go pick up your shells, which was very annoying. It was a fun weapon to use at least, and it was very unique and fit very well with this game. But unfortunately, couldn't close out Chronos. But no matter how hard I tried with all the various weapons, nothing was getting through that Chronos. And I just felt like I had to keep pushing and doing one more run every night. You can unlock a mighty moon axe, which is very slow but very, very powerful. You have an option for spinning to win, which was fantastic, with some great channeled attacks. You can decimate your enemies. Or if you want, you can make an even more slow playstyle by just doing massive slams left, right, and center. And here I thought this was going to be a bad run. Turned out to be a pretty great run, but it still just wasn't enough. Honestly, Chronos is a massively, massively annoying last boss for the game. Just look at this. I couldn't close him out. I just couldn't close him out. I won't let you hear the original dialogue because I'm just swearing too much. And then there's the wands that are a nice balloon throwing range gameplay. You dance around your enemies, throwing out all kinds of different little balloons, ghosts. I don't know what it is really. It was definitely an interesting choice, but not something I was really too much into. So after several losses, it's just time to hang out with some characters and maybe take a bath together.
Not too hot, not too cold.
Been since you last took off the armor.
A while. Not been much incentive. You saw how much of a pain it is to undo the lacing and the straps. Feels strange without. Like I don't know.
Unburdened? Or more comfortable, at least.
Very spicy indeed. But the one thing this game does well is it just keeps pushing you to want to keep playing and just doing that one last run. So I armed myself with my weapon of choice, crushing all the bosses in my wake, accepting some of the most powerful boons from the gods. I was filled with fury and I was ready to unleash it upon Chronos. After having a very similar build several times, this is the one that was going to work. They did a fantastic job on making me hate Chronos so much. They just made him such a piece of garbage. And he just toys with you relentlessly throughout your playthroughs in various ways. And he is just so difficult of a boss. He makes Big Bad Haiti look like a cuddly kitten. And he still just shows up like after you beat your first boss. Oh, he shows up just to mess with you. Or hey, you want to choose to get this upgrade. Nope, he's not going to let you do that for free. He's going to send you down to hell instead. They did an absolutely fantastic job of making an hateable last boss. Anyways, this game is fantastic. I can't wait for more. I'm going to give it a chance to cook a little bit. They are missing some big key features. But here, I'm going to leave you with my last boss fight. Spoiler warnings, if you don't want to watch, just stop watching now and you won't see the fight, you won't see anything. That's fine. I respect your decision. Just enjoy the rest of the fight if you want to, or skip to the end where I talk a little bit more about the game.
Contemptuous child. Let us invite some guests.
Nice. No two death defines.
Embarrassing. Damnable gal. I call upon my subjects now.
Oh, are you kidding me? Ah.
Still you resist. A moment, please.
Are you kidding me?
Oh no.
We can't see that again.
Yeah.
And that is how it's done. This game is going to be fantastic once it's fully released. Everything about it is just great right now. It's a very playable game, even though it is early access. Don't let that scare you away from it. It's got challenge modes after you're done the game. It's got the heat mode, similar to the first game, if you're familiar with that. Tons of content. Let the developers know how you feel about it. Find any bugs, whatever. Just help make this game great. And who knows, maybe game of the year? I don't know. Sequels are kind of hard for that. But anyways, thank you for watching. Sorry it was a little long. Hope you enjoyed it.